Well, we're all ready to go now. I'll head over east of town in the morning to pick up the seed. I'd rather use my little trailer to go get it, but we don't really have any barn space to be able to store it inside. So this is already in the barn, this truck is. So just got to do what we can for right now and take the tailgate out and go load the seed up there in the back in the morning. I know you've seen this truck in one of my other videos if you watched the other video, but this is a I believe it's a 77 model if I remember correctly, C60, and this hauls a bit more than the other truck. The other one's it's either 68 or 69, I can't remember, but this one has the extensions on the top, be able to haul just a little bit more, which is fine because the other one doesn't have power steering and this does. Well, most of the time it does. Probably need to replace the power steering pump on it. It's got a little bit of a power steering fluid leak. Look out. Goats on the loose. Yeah, you saw them in there. My unwelcome help trying to help me clean out some leftover corn. But I'll head over there in the morning to get the seed so that we can hopefully get to planting soon if it dries out enough. Nice evening though. I got a couple kids in my first period who make fun of me for showing the sky. I can't help it. I like looking at it, especially on nice evenings like this.
Well, it's been a little while since I made that video about getting the truck ready, but you can probably see a little bit of green down there. Uncle Larry got everything planted a couple weeks ago, I believe. But if you look closely, you probably see quite a bit of standing water. We had way too much rain earlier this week, and I think most of the beans will be okay. Maybe down there in the well, let me see, how can I? Yeah, down there in the corner, might lose a little bit. Notoriously, it gets pretty wet down there. We had some tile work done toward the end of the winter, and it helped, but even with the amount of rain we got, it wouldn't have mattered. Across the road, a bit different. Probably lose some corn over there in some places. It may end up turning out better than I expect, but most of the field was underwater, unfortunately, because the creek got out on Friday, I believe it was. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. May have to replant some corn. Hope not. Hopefully most of it turns out okay. But we need it to dry out a little bit. I think the next chance of rain is on Wednesday. So I'm hoping it'll be fairly dry until then, and hopefully you don't get too much rain. Hopefully it'll be a reasonable amount of rain to prevent all this standing water. Yeah, you can see down there across the road. See the standing water? All of that was underwater. Not all of it. Let me rephrase that. Most of it was underwater, because once you get toward the road, it slopes up just a tiny bit where the old railroad grade was. There used to be a railroad, in case you didn't know that. It ran parallel to Mahalaisville Road. I think they took it out in 1943, I think is what Grandpa told me. He would have been, sorry, had something on my arm. He would have been around 13 years old. And I believe he told me they took it out in 1943. But it kind of slopes up there because of the old railroad grade. But anyway, it was not underwater there, but a lot of the field was. A lot of the corn was underwater. So we'll see what happens there. Just kind of have to wait and see for now. Uncle Larry started cutting hay today. Cut everything here and cut everything down at Aunt Pat's down the road. And I'm supposed to ted it, run it through with the tedder tomorrow before my softball game. I got a church, I play in the church league here in town, and got our first softball game tomorrow. Unfortunately, Another sad occurrence happened when some of those storms were blowing through last week as well. No, this did not happen for the goats to have a jungle gym, but as you can see, the other half of the maple tree, sadly, has fallen. It was quite a ways out here. But you can see here, it wasn't hanging on by much. Rather rotted on the inside. And I knew it wasn't, and I had contemplated the best way to try to take it down myself, and thankfully, it could have been the wrong approach if it would have landed on one of the buildings back here behind me, but thankfully it fell pretty much where I hoped it would. We were very fortunate. It fell straight south here. I'll put some pictures on here to show you what it looked like when it first fell, but you can see my cousin Frankie came by. Thank you, Frankie. And I had started on it quite a bit, cutting up some of the tops, and he came by and helped me finish up most of it. I got to get our big red Craftsman 5.2 chainsaw out to cut the big stuff. But I got pretty much everything that the little Echo CS490 chainsaw got, pretty much everything that it can handle, and need to get the rest with the big red Craftsman. But I was here just about an hour, a little under an hour actually, before it fell. I was actually parked right there with the truck, and it was just downpour, crazy heavy rain. This is the part that fell last year in that tornado. You can go back and watch some of my other videos to see that. But then I came out the next day and noticed there were no limbs up here as I was pulling up the driveway, and then I saw the limbs over here. And so I went back and watched the video and watched it fall. So now the goats have a little bit of a jungle gym for a short little bit until I finish cutting up the rest. They seem to enjoy it. They sure did like eating on the leaves too. Yeah, see, play the king of the hill here now. See who wins. Oh, Twix won. Oh, yep, Twix won. Now I guess she's queen of the hill. That's all for this video, if I can keep the gnats out of my face. If you'd please like and subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. And see if any of the goats come to hang out with me. I got a temporary little bench here with the maple tree being down. Oh, these bugs. It was pretty hot today. It got up, I think, into the mid to upper 80s and made it pretty hot to finish cutting up this tree, the tops of the tree anyway. Still got quite a bit left to do for the firewood for the rest of it, cutting it up with the big red saw and splitting it. But the maple tree on the other side of the garage ended up providing some nice shade. Oh wait, here we go. Maybe. Thought I might. Yep. There, who is that? Mary Ann? Yeah, what do you want? Nosy. You tell everybody to subscribe and like my videos. Of course you don't. She doesn't do much. Anyway, we'll see you on the next video though, if I don't have gnats in my eyes. Take care.